solution is that we want to create a tab that will go inside the packaging or inside food itself that will turn from green to red when the levels of bacteria get too high. So we were researching around this problem and we realised that the top 5 bacteria that lead to food poisoning are Campylobacter, Shigella, E. coli, Salmonella and Listeria. So we want a tab that will react to each one of these toxins.
Bacteria release toxins, which bind to receptors on the body cell, enter the body cells, and in the body cells they may release a toxic chemical such as hydrogen peroxide, which destroys the cell. Our first idea is based on a plaster that changes colour when it comes into contact with high levels of bacteria toxins from a wound. The plaster contains artificial cells, which are broken down by the toxins and enzymes released from bacteria. What happens is once this membrane of the artificial cells is ruptured, the cells which contain fluorescent dye release the fluorescent dye, and this changes the colour of the plaster. The colour change can be detected under UV light. So the way our tab would work is it would contain artificial cells that, instead of being ruptured by toxins and enzymes from bacteria that cause infections in wounds, our tab would contain artificial cells that membranes are ruptured by toxins and enzymes released from bacteria that cause food poisoning, such as Salmonella.
One of the ideas we had was for the test to work similarly to a pregnancy test. So how a pregnancy test works is it's divided into 3 different zones. The first zone, when HCG, which is a hormone, is produced, it binds to an antibody. This antibody then travels to the second zone and binds to another. The 2 antibodies have got enzymes which release dye when they're together. So at that second zone they release dye, which then appears as a line. The third zone then acts as a control. So our idea was for the tab to be pretty much identical to a pregnancy test, but instead of having HCG, they have toxins.
So, to summarise, the problem we're trying to solve is, how do we reduce food wastage, as currently there's 1.3 billion tonnes of food being wasted each year? As our solution, we thought of a food tab which turns from green to red when the level of harmful bacteria becomes too high for safe consumption. We have 2 main ideas for our tab. The first is a tab which has artificial cells on. When these cells come into contact with the harmful bacteria, the membrane is ruptured, releasing a coloured dye, giving a clear indication that the food is no longer safe to eat. The second is a tab which works in the same way as a pregnancy test. 2 antibodies will join to the toxin, and this will produce a coloured line, giving another indication that the food is no longer safe to eat. Our solution provides a clear way of showing whether food which is past its sell-by date is still safe to eat. We believe this will help reduce food wastage, as it will prevent food from being thrown away unnecessarily.
Thank you for watching our solution to the problem of food wastage.
We hope you enjoyed our video.
Bye!